Can you believe these ice cream pops are made from corn? No artificial corn flavoring, no eggs, no ice cream maker. All you need is fresh sweet corn and a few simple ingredients. And yet the result is these beautiful golden ice cream pops that are rich, sweet, and incredibly delicious. Let me show you how to make them. First, prepare 5 ears of sweet corn. Choose ears that are just ripe, with plump kernels. Not too young, but not too mature. At this stage, the corn usually has a rich flavor, a naturally fragrant aroma, and a thick texture that works well for making ice cream. Now, cut off both ends of each ear of corn. Cut it again to expose the corn kernels, making it easier to remove the corn husks. Then, remove the outer husks that are old, dry, or dirty. Keep the young, clean inner husks because they still have a distinct corn aroma. It's nice to know that we see each other all over the world. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, you can subscribe by clicking the subscribe button. It's great to see your support. Next, take the young, soft, and clean corn silk. Remove any corn silk that is old or discolored. Now, wash the corn silk, and corn husks thoroughly. Then let them drain. Place the washed young corn husks and corn silk into the pot. Next, use a knife to remove all the kernels from the cob. After removing the main portion, rotate the ear of corn and gently remove any kernels left on the other sides. This helps us make the most of the corn and avoid wasting the kernels. However, don't scrape too close to the cob. This part contains more fibrous material, which can make the mixture harder to strain after blending and result in a less smooth texture. So, simply remove most of the kernels and leave it at that. But don't throw away the cob. The corn cob still contains water and compounds that contribute to the characteristic flavor of corn. When simmered, some of these flavors are released into the water, creating a lightly and naturally fragrant corn-infused water. Then place the corn cobs into the pot, along with the corn silk and young corn husks. Now, add 600 milliliters of water to the pot. Cover the pot tightly and bring the water to a boil over high heat. Once the water starts boiling, reduce the heat to medium-low and simmer for about 20 minutes. Instead of using plain water to blend the corn, we're making a corn-infused water by simmering the corn cobs, young corn husks, and corn silk. This gives the water some of the natural aroma and flavor of the corn. After about 20 minutes, turn off the heat. Remove all the corn cobs, corn husks, and corn silk. At this point, the water should have a more noticeable corn aroma. Let the water cool completely before using it to blend the corn. While waiting for the corn water to cool, let's prepare the milk base. Add to a bowl 450 milliliters unsweetened whole milk, 200 grams sweetened condensed milk, 50 grams whole milk powder, 15 grams cornstarch. Then whisk thoroughly so the milk powder and cornstarch are fully dispersed, preventing lumps from forming when we cook the mixture later. Next, add 1 to 2 tablespoons of sugar. Since sweetened condensed milk is already sweetened, you can adjust the amount of sugar depending on the sweetness of the corn and your personal preference. Add 1/4 teaspoon of salt to balance the sweetness and bring out the flavor of the corn. Whisk everything together until well combined. This is the base that gives the ice cream pops a lightly creamy milk flavor and a smoother texture while balancing the natural sweetness of the corn. Set it aside and we'll use it later. Next, add 1 kilogram of fresh sweet corn kernels to a blender. The cooked and cooled corn-infused water can also be added, but pour it in gradually while blending to make it easier for the blender to work. We initially used about 600 milliliters of water to simmer the corn cobs. After cooking, about 300 milliliters of water will remain, depending on how much water evaporates. Blend on high speed until the mixture is very smooth. The more thoroughly you blend it, the easier it is to release the corn pulp and extract more natural flavor. After blending, pour the mixture through a nut milk bag or a fine mesh strainer. Use a spatula or spoon to press firmly and extract as much of the corn liquid as possible. Don't skip this step. The remaining pulp contains quite a lot of fiber. If too much of it is left in the mixture, the ice cream may have a fibrous texture and won't be as smooth after freezing. Straining it well gives the ice cream base a smoother and more pleasant mouthfeel. And don't throw away the pulp just yet. You can use it to make pancakes, muffins, corn fritters, or add it to soups, helping reduce food waste. Next, add the entire milk base that we prepared earlier. Now, turn on the stove and cook over low to medium-low heat. From the moment you start heating, keep stirring continuously so the mixture heats evenly, while also allowing the cornstarch to cook properly and keeping the mixture smooth, without clumping or sticking to the bottom of the pot. Continue cooking until the mixture is hot, lightly steaming, and begins to thicken. This usually takes about 10 to 15 minutes, but don't rely only on the clock. Watch the texture. When the mixture is smooth and lightly thickened, with gentle steam rising, and the naturally sweet aroma of the sweet corn becoming more noticeable, we can turn off the heat. There is no need to bring it to a vigorous boil. Now, let the corn ice cream base cool completely before moving on to the next step of filling the molds. When the corn ice cream base has cooled completely, we can start filling the molds. Slowly pour the mixture into each popsicle mold. If you don't have a dedicated popsicle mold, you can use popsicle bags for a simpler version. When filling the molds, don't fill them all the way to the top. Leave a little space at the top because the mixture will expand slightly as it freezes. Then, insert the popsicle sticks into the center of each mold. Place them all in the freezer and freeze for at least 5 to 6 hours, preferably overnight, until the ice cream is completely frozen solid. Once the popsicles are completely frozen, we can take them out and enjoy them. If the popsicles are difficult to remove from the molds, don't pull too hard. Turn the mold upside down and run the outside of the mold under cool or slightly warm water for about 10 to 20 seconds. Then gently pull the popsicle out. If it's still difficult to remove, run the mold under the water for a few more seconds and try again. Where are you watching from? Please leave a comment to let me know. And here is the finished result. These popsicles have a naturally golden color and the distinctive aroma of sweet corn. The golden color and flavor come entirely from fresh sweet corn, with no artificial corn flavoring or artificial food coloring, no eggs, no ice cream maker needed. Just a few simple ingredients and some fresh sweet corn. When you take a bite, you'll notice the popsicle is cold, smooth, creamy, and slightly chewy. The gentle sweetness comes first, followed by the sweet corn aroma, which gradually spreads across your palate. Light, natural, and distinctly corn-like. The corn flavor isn't too strong. Instead, it blends gently with the light creaminess of the milk. It's a surprisingly unique flavor. Familiar, because it tastes like sweet corn, yet completely different when enjoyed as an ice cream popsicle. If you've never tried sweet corn ice cream before, give this recipe a try. The video ends here. If you have any comments, please leave a comment below. If you find the video interesting, please give me a like. Don't forget to share it with your relatives and friends. Remember to subscribe to the channel. Thank you for your support. Goodbye. See you in the next video.